So the other day I was surfing Reddit when I stumbled upon this Boruto theory which talked about the missing Otsutsukis, Isshiki's true fate, and why he falsely accused Kaguya of attacking him. And coincidentally somebody pointed out a similar possibility on my last video. So the link to the original theory will be given below and today I'll be sharing my take on it. Subscribe if you love this type of content and let's begin. When Isshiki and Kaguya discovered Earth, a chakra fruit had already bloomed on the planet. According to Amado, something had went wrong between the pair and Kaguya nearly killed Isshiki, but he survived by living as a parasite inside of a monk named Jigen. But things get a bit suspicious here. Kaguya betraying Isshiki for the sake of eating the chakra fruit is the story that Isshiki must have told Amado. But as of now, there is no mention of the broken Otsutsuki panels and chances are Isshiki was also involved in their destruction. So the theory is Isshiki might have told a fabricated story to Amado about Kaguya's betrayal. Moreover, he must be knowing about those missing Otsutsukis but never mentioned them in front of Amado. And here's what could have actually happened. The Otsutsuki king might have sent a pair of Otsutsukis throughout the universes. So the three pairs of Otsutsukis that were sent to Naruto's universe could be Momoshiki and Kinshiki, Isshiki and Kaguya, and the missing Otsutsuki duo, let's call them X and Y. When Isshiki and Kaguya came to Earth, X and Y were already present there. Y being from the branch family was already fed to the 10th and divine tree was planted. Isshiki and X were bitter rivals, so Isshiki didn't like him already being there, so they fought over the planet. Their deathmatch resulted in Isshiki being torn into half and X was greatly injured. Kaguya then ran and hid herself on the Earth's surface as X would also try to kill her because he wanted to remove the evidence of Ishiki's death. Kaguya then lived on Tenji's palace with humans. She then developed attachment to the planet, but deep down she knew X could return to kill her. So she consumed the divine fruit, betrayed the clan and ended the conflict through infinite Tsukuyomi. When X realized what Kaguya had done, he returned to his world, said to everyone that Kaguya killed Isshiki and ate the fruit herself. Isshiki realized all these things later. He knew X would return. That might be the reason why he was in such a hurry to complete the chakra fruit ritual so much. So he was willing to harvest a fruit of low quality through his imperfect vessel Jigen. He didn't want to wait for years to find another suitable vessel like Kawaki. We also see two destroyed Otsutsuki stone carvings in the dimension where the tentacles was kept. That might be the carvings of the same Otsutsukis. Isshiki greatly hated X, so he could have destroyed their carvings. We never hear Isshiki speak or show his anger about Kaguya, and if she really was the one who nearly killed him, he could have destroyed her carving too. Why would Isshiki, a proud Otsutsuki of the main family, be willing to keep the carving of someone from branch family who betrayed and nearly killed him? So it seems like that Kaguya wasn't the one who hurt Isshiki. X might be another powerful Otsutsuki who will return to Earth someday and would possibly be the main villain in the time skip. So that was the Reddit theory, and my assumption is that the Boruto series in this way could have three major arcs in the time skip: the Kawaki redemption arc, the X Otsutsuki arc, and finally the Jougan or the God Otsutsuki arc. The first arc will be about Kawaki getting carried away by his ideologies of saving Naruto that will ultimately lead him to destroy the Konoha village in order to become a messiah type figure in his new world where he wants to establish eternal peace. Eida could have a huge involvement in this arc, and if the Jougan is not scrapped from the series, then it could also appear in Boruto's right eye prior to the final fight of this arc, which is shown in the prologue scene. But chances are it could also be the very first fight of this arc, and I think after the defeat of Kawaki, the X Otsutsuki would appear and that would mark the beginning of the second arc in the time skip. I think the entire Team 7 along with Kawaki will be going against this new enemy, and we could witness a lot of action in this part of the series. The fight will most likely take place on Earth, and Kawaki will most likely not bring back the people from his dimension just for their safety. This arc could end after Kawaki or maybe Mitsuki sacrifices themselves to save the world. The reason I think it's Kawaki is because he would be willing to wipe away his sins, and a self-destruction technique to kill off his enemy could really work out for the plot. So this arc could end with Kawaki's sacrifice and the X Otsutsuki telling some stuff to Boruto about his pure eye. Then the final arc of the Boruto series involving the Otsutsuki god and maybe some other major characters like the Otsutsuki king would begin. Boruto, who's also an Otsutsuki, could start a revolution in the multiverse to stop the Otsutsukis from invading planets. And his last major opponent could be the Otsutsuki king, and after successfully defeating him with the power of the Jougan, he could be meeting the Otsutsuki god who would take his pure eye back from Boruto. Momoshiki's soul could also be vanished from Boruto's consciousness and they could have a sad farewell. Boruto will most likely be turned back into a human, and then finally the shinobi world could witness a peaceful era until the writers want to milk more money by creating a sequel called Sarada with any lame plot hole. So that's it guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you wanna see more stuff like this and I will see you in the next one.